of what they were trying to do on all the other shows. It's just a
but
bunch
very
fighting,
light, very light. They've lightened it up, but yes, it's the same.
but they're fighting over cheese. I mean, I saw that on the latest commercial. It's like, why would I watch that? That is so dumb. These girls who think they're better than everyone else are throwing food and yelling at each other and ripping off each other's sunglasses and saying, you talk to me and look at me in the eye, and they're arguing about cheese. That is so dumb. It really is. I don't understand that storyline.
And now they're going to internalize it. And as the season goes on, and this one says this on Twitter and that one says this, they're going to get so angst in their hearts and it's going to get so toxic. Whereas a Spencer Pratt would say, I'm here, the clock started. Even Nene Leakes with her recent, she just did some interviews with my good friend Carlos King. She said, tell me what time to show up. Has the check cleared? I'll do the job and I'll go home. Spencer's the same way. I mean, that's how I would be if I got a reality show. I don't care. People say things now. I don't care what you say about me. Let me clock in. Let me do the job. Spencer gets it. He would be horrible to people. He would be the villain and it would be time. And he'd be like, look, dude, I don't care. Let's go have a drink. That's how you do it.
He played the villain and he was paid for it and he was okay with it. But that's not the majority.
It's not Housewives, girl.
But he also wasn't like humiliating people. He was the one getting humiliated, but he liked the check to be cleared. And I respect him for that, frankly. But last thing I just want to point out, I was on Celebrity Rehab. I had a cast that was filled with very interesting people. And
Miss Dickinson.
My roommate was Janice Dickinson. And, the thing about me is that I was not an actress going into it. I was not a celebrity like they were. I was a household name. I was infamous. I got paid more than anyone else has ever been paid to do that show, to do any reality show, I think. It was very interesting to me because my time on that show, I will tell you, was real. There was nothing. I was not worried about how they edited me because I was like, I'm being exactly who I want to be. And if you have a problem with that, you're going to have a really hard time figuring out a way to edit me to be some villain that I'm not. I left the show for one night because I got so angry about what was happening with the way that Janice was behaving. And I called Dr. Drew out on it. And there's a clip that I have of it, which I should play at some point, where I said, listen, I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to get some real mental clarity for myself because I'm struggling, but it's distracting that you're letting people like Janice do stuff for TV, for ratings, when I'm here to get help. And that's really, I can't believe that you're enabling that. And we got, Dr. Drew and I got into it, and I ended up leaving because I thought it was so toxic and wrong. I came back and I had it out with Janice, and all of that was real because I was angry and she accused me of all these things, but she was doing it for TV, not because she wanted to get better, not because she was working on herself. And I'll tell you something, I loved being on that show. Not only did it help me, I made some great friendships. I learned a lot about myself, and it helped me deal with what I went in there thinking was a joke, which was love addiction, but how I choose men and choose love in my life, it really gave me tools that I needed to use. So I'm thankful for being on that show. But my point to that is you represent yourself how you want to be represented and see where that gets you. And usually you'll feel good about it, and they will have a very hard time saying that you are someone that you're not.
I agree. I feel like if you did it, just move on. And I mean, these people that call and ask for edits and and then they eventually lose their jobs. Again, I find in my experience, having interviewed a gazillion reality TV stars, like I really can do, I've done the market research. My most difficult guess before and after are housewives, period. That's a real fact. Then you have actual actors. Jersey Shore is bigger than housewives will ever be. They're paid. They come on. They're just like, great. Oh my God, I'm texting. I can't stand you. Hi, David. It's me, Snooki. I'm like, great. This is like how I would be too. It's like, it's a job. It's press for your show.
Yes, they're professional.
Something about housewives and maybe Bravo in general that's internalized. And then we could end on this note, but like, where are the other letters? That's what I don't understand. Where's the letter to ABC about The Bachelor? Where's the letter to RuPaul's Drag Race for VH1? Where's the letter to Netflix? Christine Quinn alleged all these things against Adam DeBella from Selling Sunset. Like, where are these letters? Why is there only an NBC and Bravo? It makes you think it's the most egregious thing out of all of them.
And it'll be interesting to see if more letters do come out. I want to ask you, if you were going to pitch a new type of reality show, what would it be then?
Ooh. A new type of show. I mean, I know the show that I would like to pitch because I can be in it, but a new show, oh, it is so hard. I
Okay, well, while
mean,
you think of that, I'll tell you mine. I think
tell
it should be
me.
something about second acts or starting over, because I think that so many people are interested in what that's like to have a comeback story. So it could be a group of people, just like, you know, how they do with most of these shows, like a housewife type of thing. But it's almost like, you know, you're trying to find your second act. Either you're trying to find love after a certain age and you're divorced and you have kids. You're moving into a new city and you're starting a new job and you have to make all new friends. You're a single mom and you have to put your kid in school with all new people and get to know everyone and see how that goes. And you're dating and trying to find a husband or a new life or whatever it is. I think that a show about second acts, you know, would be great. That's because that's what I'm going through. I've just moved to Florida. Everything is new for me. Yes, I have a certain amount of friends here, but it is all new. And it's going to be interesting to see how my life unfolds. And if I had a camera following me for the last 4 months of just being here in general, where the year kind of hasn't started yet, the school year, and me getting out of my house, it'll be interesting to see how my relationships develop, what happens with, you know, all new things, my job, being in hosting a podcast, all these things that are panning out are, to me, really interesting. So that's what I think.
Okay. I mean, you know, listen, I could poke holes in any reality pitch. So I don't want to, I wish this pitch goes somewhere and I'm being serious. Like, let's get it out there. I'll produce it for you. I see some holes, minor, but you know, nothing
What are the
major.
holes?
Well, like, what is it? A docuseries? Is it you in Florida? Is it someone else in New York? Is it someone else in California? Is it a group? Those don't usually work. It usually needs to be like a group of
It's going to
people.
be a group. It could be a group of people that have
So
moved
other
from New
people in
York,
Florida. Okay.
former New York and California and Texas, because they're all moving to Palm Beach, how they start over here. And I
Okay.
think it'd be interesting because it would be uplifting, or it'd be like a version of Sex in the City where you got your new group of friends and you're trying to build each other up as they're all going through their lives. I think that's a better version of a story.
Fine. Well, guess what? When you sell that, I will actually take residence in your house and I will be part of it. And I'll be one of the people that's trying to start over. I've got a lot going on and I need to start over in life. So clear out a wing for me and count me in for your pitch.
Perfect.
What a talk. We got to keep doing this about the strike because it's going to keep changing. Yeah. As we end, Bethenny recently did her new TikTok and she's like, for anyone that says this and that. And she said, yes, I fed the machine and here we are. And like, if you think that this is going away or whatever, buckle up. So she's basically said, this is real. Who knows?
Tongue in cheek, she said, watch what happens.
I mean, come on, that's a little back. She said, if you take a shot at this bee, she's referencing her tagline, but she said, watch what happens. Yes, she's coming for Andy, girl. She is.
Yeah, they're not backing down. So it'll be interesting to have you back on to talk about who you've had on, because I know you talk to a lot of reality stars, to get their opinion, to see if they're part of this lawsuit and see where it goes. It'll be interesting to see how it ends up.
I can't wait. Oh my God, what a crossover. I cannot wait to talk to you soon, Rachel Uchitel.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. David Yontef, Behind the Velvet Rope. Where can people listen to your show?
At Behind Velvet Rope, at David Yontef are my Instagrams, and Behind the Velvet Rope, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you can find a podcast. And we've had interviews with all your favorites, so check us out.
Yep. And then for those of you listening on David's podcast, you can come hear my episodes on Misunderstood with Rachel Uchitel. That's MISS. And we are on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. So please come and listen to my show as well.
Love it. Bye.